currently have here a leftover, basically showroom condition TT500. The guy I bought it from says he got it from a neighbor whose dad used to own Empire Cycles in Spokane, Washington, Yamaha dealership. And he had passed, and he was helping liquidate some of his collection, and this was in it. He said he wanted to ride it, couldn't bring himself to it, so he sold it. I happened to see it for sale, and I was like, I need to add that to my collection. The guy I got it from wasn't a bike guy, more of a truck guy. Said that it hadn't been started, no oil put in it, no gas put in it, and basically he got the tank out of a wrapper and the seat out of a wrapper, plastic bags, and put them on. Even this looks like it's been taped. I don't know if that's factory, but upon further inspection, which I should have done this when I was looking to buy it to give me a little negotiating power, the rear tire looks like it's lost just a touch of its edge, and I wasn't sure if that was factory, but then you compare it to the rear edge, and then it looks like it's been taken for a spin. So I thought, and I guess the nipples are gone, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they just haven't been pulled off or got hard and brittle and fell. Then I pulled the spark plug, which I should have done when I was buying it, but I was out of town and it was an impulse buy and I didn't have anything, and kind of didn't feel like insulting the guy and his word, which it shouldn't have mattered at the moment. I pulled the plug, and of course, lo and behold, it had been, at least with this plug, fired up. This plug had been fired up. And ran slightly. And when I was taking it out, it had broken. I thought maybe it was just probably old and brittle, and I see that line there from the spark plug cap. So that might have just been from sitting. I don't know what that stain on the porcelain would be. So then I thought, uh-oh, if it's been ran, and he said that it didn't have oil in it, I figured, oh no, maybe that meant that it overheated, and that's why the spark plug was so brittle. I should probably check the oil. Of course I checked the oil, and it wasn't on the dipstick at that time, but that doesn't necessarily mean it hasn't been ran, because it's got to be pumped up into the frame. You got to check the oil after these have been running. So I pulled this guy. I was really afraid to put wrenches on the bolts because I didn't want them to look like that, especially the one with paint on it. I guess I could have done it on the bottom, but skid plate was there, and it had oil in it. So it, of course, dripped a bunch of oil into the skid plate. And so I got some rags in there, hopefully to soak some of it up, but might just have to pull it and give it a clean. Of course, I didn't put my finger in the exhaust when I was there. I don't know why, but that would have been obvious that there's soot in there. So maybe he started it thinking he was gonna ride it and then just decided he didn't want to. But this is interesting. It's never seen dirt, I think I can say with confidence. And yeah, it's ready to be maybe shown or stuffed in the corner of the garage. These are just from sitting. The foot pegs are a little worn, not worn, but the paint, just from people sitting on it, or even me. So I'm not sure what to make of it. Maybe they get started at the dealership after assembly and ran through. The guy seemed pretty sincere. I don't think he was trying to take me for a ride, or at least he was told and was relaying the information, I thought, somewhat reliably. So I got a pretty much brand new TT500. Be a little bit cooler if it hadn't been ran, but evidence shows that it has been. Yeah, so this is how I got it. I'm going to hit it with some SC1. There's some, you know, dust and stuff that could be cleaned up, cleaned off. Hit it with some Maxima SC1. New bike in a can. Well, it's a new bike, so just a little bit old. Let's see if we can get it to shine up a little bit. Just spent a little time with some silicone Maxima SC1, silicone cleaner spray, and a microfiber. Trying to bring it back to its showroom shine. Looks like it did pretty well. It's dry, so hopefully all the dust blowing in from out there and dog hair and cat hair floating around doesn't stick to it too much. Feels pretty good, and it still keeps that nice, almost like wet look shine. It's been a while since I've used that stuff. I kind of forgot how good it was. Speaking of dog hair. Pretty happy with how it's looking. It's a little dusty. It seemed like just for sitting forever had a film on it everywhere. I'd like to know where the rest of that collection went. The guy who got this bike from said that the estate was getting sold off. The house was even for sale next door to the place where I bought this, and he said there were bikes in crates. The entire basement was full of bikes, and that some family came in and took it from there back into Montana. He said the guy didn't have a whole lot of commotion at his house. Not too many people were coming in and out and visiting him. So he sounded like he might have been a little bit of a loner and stuck to him and his bikes. Not sure. Should I ride it? Sell it? Keep it? And I got plenty to ride over there.